Look at the expression n plus 1 factorial minus n factorial. At first glance, this subtraction problem seems difficult to visualize because factorials grow incredibly fast. You might be tempted to subtract the n from the n plus 1 and assume the answer is just 1 factorial, but that is a common trap and mathematically incorrect. To solve this without a calculator, we need to expand the terms and look for a hidden pattern using algebra. First, let us remind ourselves what a factorial actually represents. N factorial is the product of all integers starting from 1 all the way up to n. Now consider n plus 1 factorial. This is the product of all integers from 1 past n all the way up to n plus 1. Watch as we line these two definitions up side by side. You can see that n plus 1 factorial contains the entire sequence of n factorial inside it. This allows us to rewrite the first term. We can express n plus 1 factorial as the quantity n plus 1 multiplied by n factorial. This is the crucial step. See how the long tail of the multiplication collapses into the single symbol n factorial? Now we substitute this expanded form back into our original expression. The equation transforms from n plus 1 factorial minus n factorial into the quantity n plus 1 times n factorial minus n factorial. Now we have a standard algebraic expression. Notice that both terms share a common factor of n factorial. It is exactly like having a variable times y minus y. We can use the distributive property in reverse to factor out the n factorial. Watch as the n factorial slides to the outside of a set of parentheses. This is where you must be careful. From the first term, we are left with n plus 1. But for the second term, remember that subtracting n factorial is the same as subtracting 1 times n factorial. So when we factor it out, we are left with a minus 1 inside the parentheses. The expression now reads as n factorial multiplied by the quantity n plus 1 minus 1. The math inside the parentheses becomes incredibly simple. The plus 1 and the minus 1 cancel each other out perfectly, leaving us with just n. We can now combine the outside terms to reach our final result, n times n factorial. What started as a subtraction of two massive numbers simplifies down to a single, elegant product. If you enjoyed this explanation, hit subscribe and check out our other math videos.